Coming out of Seattle, we knew that we had to fix a few issues with the car. First of all, it was the reliability of the motor. Towards the end of the round at Seattle, we had a few issues with the motor misfiring and it was down on power, so we knew we had to get the motor running more reliable.
For the more power and torque, we added nitrous system.
At this point, you know, with a field of a lot of V8s and a lot of high torque machines, you just need something like nitrous to keep the torque band up to power band. And it's just basically a tool to keep up with those high horsepower cars.
Right now, Formula D, to run up front and the grip we're getting out of these cars, you need up to 900 horsepower. We're around 730, 740, and we need more. And so we're doing more to get more out of it. And if we were in a four-cylinder and trying to get the grip levels out of the car that we're trying, we would be pretty close to plateauing right now. So unless you're Daigo.
今年日本から DJ のターボ持ってきたんですけど、本当は V8 好きで V8 やってみたくて、すごく興味があるんで、来年できたらいいなと思ってるし、ターボでもちょっといろいろ試したいこともあるんで、もっとやってみたいです。
But you know what? I feel really good, and Discount Tires 13 works best ever. So, and I feel good. I think I'll do well.
All right, Drift fans, it looks like we are staged and ready to go for qualifying here at round 6 of 7 of the Formula Drift Pro Championship.
Starting off with practice, we spent a lot of time tuning the motor, so I didn't get a lot of laps in practice to get that dialed in. So going into qualifying, I wasn't 100% comfortable, but I still had a really good first run.
Tyler McCory, The Rock, the Mobil 1 Chevrolet Camaro from Danville, California. Here we go.
I hit the speed mark going into the first outer zone, and I continued to hit 6 out of the 7 proximity lights.
Tyler McCory, a bit of redemption as he failed to qualify in Seattle, illuminating that rear clipping zone. A bit of a hiccup here, but lighting it up loud and proud.
Came back to the pits thinking like 85, 90 maybe.
Tyler The Rock McCory with a 76 on his first run.
Just don't understand, and then I continued to watch other guys go through, and some guys were getting, hitting one light, and getting 80, 85. It's confusing as hell.
In the Gretty Scion FRS on Hankook tires, so here comes the Goosh, Ken Gooshie.
On the first run out, we had a slight issue with the nitrous system that we're running new for this round.
A lot of anticipation for the FRS.
Going into the turn, I just felt a heavy lack of power.
And the Goosh doing really good with its maiden voyage in competition.
So I wasn't really confident with that run, and the score showed it.
69, dude, as Ken the Gooshie gets a 69.
雨も最初降ってきて乗ったことないんでどうしようかなと思ったんですけど、走る頃にはもう乾いちゃってたんで影響なかったです。
Daigo, the Ninja Saito Achilles Radial, Lexus SC430, trying to light up that proximity sensor, about 1,200 horsepower under the hood, lighting it up, putting the car in all the right places. Look at the smoke coming off Daigo's vehicle, the Achilles Radial. Oh, bogging down a little bit there, but back on the throttle. Make some noise for Daigo, the Ninja Saito. Daigo Saito with a score of 84.5.
Good luck.
Thanks, Mike.
Here we go, Daijiro Yoshihara.
I didn't really get much practice since last night. We had a broken alternator, and even today, we broke the motor, and then one cylinder was gone. So I only get one lap. And I was really not comfortable going into qualifying.
Dai Yoshihara gets a score. That's a 77. That's a 77 for Daijiro Yoshihara. That could all change up as we have our second run here from all the drivers. They head to the back of the line. Now you're going to see them all run again here at the 6th round of the Formula Drift Pro Championship, 6 of 7.
Everyone else around me was just bumping up scores in the 70s, 80s, and my name just kept getting lower and lower and lower. And the cutoff was 71. I was at a 69. I knew I had to do something to bring up my score.
Ken Gooshie going through the course, currently with a 71. If he gets a 71, knocking Hosford out of top 32. The smoke just pouring off the side of that FRS.
We got the nitrous system fixed. My team did a great job getting the car together, and we scored 81.5. So we're not completely satisfied with the score, but it's just going to get better from here on out. We're happy we're in the show.
Here we go with Tyler McCory, the Mobil 1 Chevrolet Camaro on Yokohama tires. Loud and proud. Nice job hitting that rear clipping zone. Whoa! The springs have sprung as Tyler McCory comes unbound and spins out. So what a bummer.
We ended up 24th, and that lines us up with JTP for top 32, and that's someone you want to meet in the final. So I'm going to be driving my top 32 battle just like I would be the final.
Our second to last driver here in qualifying, the Ninja, navigates through the course. Look at the smoke machine being poured on here. Nice job by Saito. A bit off that front clip. Kind of reinitiating there on throttle, stepping it back up. Taking a look at the score. He does not better his first score. An 84.5 was the first run. This is an 83. An 83 for Daigo Saito on the second run. 84.5 was his first run.
Hey, Dai, nice and smooth to the awkward zone. You got this. You totally got it.
Here we go. Dai Yoshihara, Discount Tire, Falcon Tire, V8 S13.
My crew, Scott, Mike, Shay, and Robbie, Steve, everybody worked really hard. And they made our car ready before the qualifying, and I just did my best.
Looking pretty fluid through the course. Crazy amount of speed from Dai. Look at that, an 80. Dai Yoshihara, an 80. A 77 being bested by an 80 on his second run.
Stand by for position. You're 20th, Dai, 20th.
So the situation under control still.
Cool.
And then we have plenty left. And as you get more confident, we'll ratchet it up.
Good job. Thank you. You too. I mean, he did nice. What the
He was only 4 points higher than you.
So many people, huh, around there.
Do you have an idea on the weather forecast at all, and how long it's going to last? You know, it's not even supposed to be doing this.
We wanted to qualify a little bit higher than we did, but the matchup, you know, it is what it is, and we're up against Matt Field.
Going into the first run where I was leading, I knew this was going to be a little bit tricky because the entry was still kind of wet from the earlier showers, but the rest of the course was dry, so I didn't know if I was supposed to take it easy going into the turn one. Gave him a kick the clutch, and surprisingly it was grabbing. It had a lot of bites, so I just went with it and went in a little bit too fast going into turn one, and I ended up nearly clipping the wall, almost. I didn't touch it, but avoiding collision with the wall. Kept going, and didn't realize he had a little distance behind us, so I knew I had an advantage going into the run two.
Ken Gushi versus Matt Field. Ken Gushi in that Scion FRS. Matt Field in the LS3 powered S14.
Round two is actually where it gets interesting.
Matt Field's going to be leading this run. Ken Gushi's going to be giving chase.
As I was following him going into turn one, he clipped the first inside clipping point, and I had no room, nowhere to go, so I just ended up going over the clipping point as well.
It's on
Fire underneath Ken Gushi's car.
He's gonna keep going.
Drive it till the wheels fall off.
Keep going, it'll be all right.
Here we go, Matt Field leading. Ken Gushi's got fire underneath his car. It looks like it might have put itself out. No, it's definitely back.
Realistically, what we're supposed to do is pull the safety pit and pull the fire extinguisher. But if we pulled the fire extinguisher, the whole car would just be sprayed with fire extinguisher powder, whatever it is, and we wouldn't be able to run anymore. I was thinking if we had a slight chance that the car would still be able to make it, I'm not going to pull this pin. So I waited as long as I could for the fire extinguisher guy to arrive and put out the fire for me, and that's exactly what happened. We had a little trouble opening the hood, but we got it open, put out the fire. Ended up being a loose oil line, just sprayed oil all over the turbine and just ignited itself. Made it past the top 32.
So Ken Gushi is getting the win. Gushi will be moving on. Daigo Saito, definitely one of the most talked about drivers this year. Currently leading the Rookie of the Year standings. I think he might have actually locked it up already.
I believe he has locked it in.
Yeah, so you're looking at your Rookie of the Year on the right, but I think he'd rather be the Formula D champion. So we're going to watch Tony Angelo lead and Daigo Saito give chase. So Tony takes out that clipping point, that early clipping point, entry speed right above 70 miles an hour. Now this is something that, oh, Tony into the wall. There goes his wheel. That is not how it's supposed to be.
So top 32, I was matched up with my good Las Vegas buddy, JTP. Last year, I let him drive my car. I'm such a good friend. But this year, things are a little bit different. So I knew it was going to be a tough battle because, you know, he's been running up front the whole year, and I know I had to go all out.
Here we go.
So Pollock's going to be leading. Looked like a really early initiation from Pollock. Here we go. Coming right for the judges' stand, that clip. Pollock's car really has a lot of power, pulling away.
Yeah, I feel like I had a decent run against him. I really closed up after the second outer clip and was right on him, but he pulled out a gap turning into the second to last corner, about a car and a half. So I knew he kind of had the advantage after that run.
Tyler's been getting up to speed. And here we go. Tyler will get his opportunity to lead as Justin Pollock gives chase.
Going into my lead run, I just threw it in there. Was going as hard as I can. And I pulled out just a little bit of a gap after the second outer clip. And turning into that same corner where he pulled out a gap on me, I just did exactly the same thing I've been doing all weekend. And he just drove right into my left door. It hit, and then we got stuck together, and then I kind of continued.
Wow, Tyler McQuarrie gets the win.
And we got to move on, so I was stoked to get to the top 16.
It's going to get interesting going into Irwindale now with Pollock getting knocked out in top 32.
I'm about to go to top 32 round, and I'm going up against Kyle Mohern.
You got this. Good luck and be careful.
Kyle Mohan is actually the higher qualifier. He's going to be leading in this first run. See the cars initiating here. Mohan getting just up on the clip and barely nudging it on that first corner. Dio Shar is always a good chase driver. You can see him close that gap. Slowly reeling in Kyle Mohan. Again, getting very close. Both drivers right on that clipping point, lighting up the BLED clipping point. And again, you see Dio just about a car length behind. That's extremely close, especially given the wet conditions.
Excellent follow, Dio. Excellent follow. Was that close enough, you think? Well, it wasn't bad. That's about the best you can do with the conditions. I think he probably can't follow you that close.
And I think we'll start to see the track dry out progressively as well, which will be tricky. So here we go into the second round. Again, Dio Shar is going to be leading as the lower qualified driver. Mohan a little bit off the line there, but able to make a correction and get back on the line. Getting out there towards that outer clipping point. We didn't see the proximity sensors light up on either of those outer clipping points, so a little bit off the walls, again, perhaps being conservative because of the wet conditions. Mohan's really able to reel in. Oh, car-to-car collision.
That's it.
That was a little unexpected. So, Dai Yoshihara is going to get the win. We just got the official announcement from the judges.
You advanced.
Good driving, man. Good driving. Sorry.
No worries. Thank you.
Formula Drift fans, these are your top 16 drivers. Gentlemen, check it out. Round 6 of the Formula Drift Pro Championship here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway.
In the top 16, I was up against Yoshioka, and I ran him in practice, so I kind of knew what I was up against. Similar speed, so it's going to be a good battle all around. It would be pretty close. I led first and probably put one of my best runs together that I've done all weekend.
McQuarrie takes out that first clipping point, back in the transition out on the outer clipping zone. Does not hit that first clipping light. Oh, Yoshioka losing angle, washing out.
He had a little bobble behind me, straightened up quite a bit. Again, I knew I had the advantage.
Yoshioka's losing ground, some shallow angles, some corrections. We're gonna switch him around. Yoshioka will have his opportunity to lead.
I gave him just a little bit of room on the entry, about a car length, and then I started to close it up coming into the second outer clip, and he was just hauling. And I was like, there's no way he's gonna make it.
Getting the outside wall, tapping the wall, spinning out.
And and he didn't. And he got into the wall pretty hard, and I continued on, and we got the win.
Daigo Saito will be leading, qualified 7th. Chelsea DeNofa will be following, qualified 10th. Again, flashing back to Florida, these guys went head-to-head, and Chelsea ran into Daigo. We had Chelsea up here for the halftime show, and he said he wasn't afraid to back down. Daigo's going to lead. Great tire smoke from Daigo's car very early. Both these cars very loud. A correction from, into the wall. Into the wall again.
Holy crap.
Chelsea DeNofa.
ベスト16も後ろでぶつかっちゃったんで、まだ2台ともラッキーで。
Going into the top 16, we were matched up against Conrad Grunwald of Hankook Tires once again. This is the 3rd time that we've seen each other this season alone. I knew it could be on his favor because we had a few issues earlier, but I just had to give it my best. The team did a great job putting the car together, so I'm going to go out there giving it my all as well.
So Conrad should be leading as the higher qualified driver. Gucci going to be giving chase, getting that car all wrapped up after that fire earlier in top 32. Good angle from Gucci, but losing a little ground to Conrad.
The first run, I was following him. I had a good entry, dived into the inside after the first transition, going towards the outside clipping zone. And as soon as I got back on power, there was no power. Unfortunately, the intercooler piping hose came off, and I tried my best to keep the drift going, but it was really sloppy. On the second run, I knew if I didn't do anything crazy, it was automatically going to be his win. We got the piping fixed. We called it 5 minutes. There was a little water leaking from the water spare. We got that solved. Went back out, and I noticed that the engine temps were quite high. I don't know if that caused it, but there was a little loss of power once again going into turn 1.
Correction from Conrad. Let's see what happens. Gucci losing it.
I just didn't have enough momentum to carry me towards the inside clipping zone.
Interesting. This is going to be tricky. Both drivers back on the power. You kind of hear Gucci's motor sputtering here and there, but here we go. Tons of smoke. I hope it's tire smoke.
It is tire smoke.
I think it looks like tire smoke.
I don't know what else to say. It sucks, but the team is awesome. They're doing a great job keeping the car together, and we know what we need to work on going into the final round at Irwindale. We'll make those changes, come back stronger, and hopefully get a spot on the podium.
Frederick Osbo on the left, Dio Shar on the right. Because Osbo was the higher qualifier, he is going to be leading in the first run.
Oh, no, you got this.
Again, Osbo will be leading on the left. Here we go, the VLAD starting point, taking off from the start line. Coming down the chute, you see Osbo initiating. Got that outside line, tons of smoke, a lot more smoke than we were seeing top 16, but wow, Dai is right on him. Very tight, coming into the outside clipping point. Did not light up the first, did light up the second outer clipping point. Dai is really staying aggressive there. Some great angle, tons of smoke from Osbo's car, but Dai is not to be shaken. Wow, great run overall.
Okay, that wasn't so great, but kick ass in your lead run. Wasn't that bad though? Just drive good your lead run. You got this still.
Here we go again, switching places. Dio Shar will be leading. Frederick Osbo will be giving the chase. Both these guys in the top 8 for the championship race. So you can see how this shapes up. So Dai coming around the first corner. Coming in 62 miles an hour, just barely edging that inner clipping point out of the way. A great line from Dai all the way out on that clipping point. Hit the same outer zone that Osbo did. Tight on that clipping point. Again, Osbo is not far behind him, about a car length behind. Coming around that final turn, around the bend.
That was a pretty good lead run, Osbo wasn't able to get proximity that good, but it might be one more time.
Frederick also was doing really good this weekend, so I know it was going to be a really tight battle, and I did my best.
Unanimous decision. Frederick Osbo gets the win.
I guess he was doing better than I did, and he knocked me out.
Got bumped out. So, I don't know, we'll see how this plays out, but pretty much means we really don't have a chance at the championship. So, we'll see. It's not good.
Good luck to you, Frederick. And I will pay you back in the next round. Hopefully, I'll be still standing in the top 3 or top 4, and I still have a chance to win the championship. It depends how it goes the rest of the this round. Cross my finger.
Top 8 is set. We've got 8 drivers left, 4 matchups to go in the top 8. Osbo versus McQuarrie will be our first matchup.
I followed on the first run, and it was just door to door with him on entry, and we kind of did a transition together, and I was right there with him and right on his door, and then right after the first outer clip, he just grabbed a handful of e-brake. And I'm not really sure why, because it didn't seem like it really required it, and it totally caught me off guard, because I haven't seen anybody do that all weekend. I'm not sure if he was playing games or just trying to make an adjustment, but it really caused me to choke up, and then he took off again. So all of a sudden this gap was created and I couldn't close it back up. And my lead run was solid.
We're gonna see Tyler McQuarrie leading, and Frederick Osbo will be giving chase in the second run of this battle. We go towards that first clipping point. Tyler McQuarrie's car is definitely loud and obnoxious. Some left foot brake there to get out to the clipping point, just allows Osbo to suck in close to him. Good smoke from the Yokohama tires of McQuarrie's car, but Osbo is right on his tail. Great overall run for Osbo. I think so. I think Osbo is going to be moving on. Osbo gets the win.
All in all, we had a pretty good event. I think we ended up 7th. So I think we're getting back in the points. So another good event, and going into Irwindale with some confidence, and I can't wait to get back there.
Reese Millen up against Daigo Saito. Reese won the event last year in Vegas. He's definitely done well at this track in the past. Saito will be leading. Reese Millen's going to be giving chase. Coming to the first corner. Saito really with that outside line on the initiation. Reese taking a little bit shallower line. Tons of smoke from Saito. Wow, all the way out there.
He's in.
Spins it around, and another
headlight, wheel, everything.
Yard sale.
Wow, he came in there fast.
Reese finishes out the course. Daigo Saito crashed out. Reese Millen got the win in the top 8. So statistically, this will still be in contention when we get to Irwindale. No matter what, we will not have our champion determined until Irwindale. Yes. We've guaranteed that much already. Daigo Saito finishing in the top 8 is going to be a good overall finish for him. So I'm getting handed some points over here from Jim Lau. If JR finishes in 4th place, he will have a 16.5 point lead over Daigo. If he finishes in 3rd place, it will be a 25.5 point lead. If he finishes in 2nd place, it will be a 35.5 lead. And if he finishes 1st, it will be a 47.5 lead over Daigo Saito.
First place here, round 6, is Reese Matskills Millen. Reese Millen in the Hyundai Genesis Coupe. Frederick Osbo and the Need for Speed Scion TC in 2nd. Those are your podium finishers here, round 6, the Formula Drift Pro Championship.
Once again, Reese Millen is your champion. Frederick Osbo, 2nd place. Vaughn Gittin Jr., 3rd place. The final is going to come down to Irwindale. This is going to be one of the most exciting matchups we've ever had. Last year, everybody was on the edge of their feet. This year will be no different.